off one car alarm already. Now, doing late model engine swaps into Restomods is really hot right now, and for a good reason. It lets you have the reliability and power of a late model engine in a classic chassis. This is a perfect example right here. This is Project Blank Slate, and it's got a 502 cubic inch LS under the hood. Now, in order to do it though, you've got to do something about the fuel system. You've got to switch from the carburetor style low pressure to a high pressure EFI system. When we first built Blank Slate, with the money we saved by not putting any sound insulation in or any mufflers on it, we partnered up with Rick's Tanks and got a full custom EFI tank built for it. Now it's got return and send fittings, plus internal baffles to prevent sloshing under hard braking, acceleration, cornering, that sort of thing. Along with an external fuel pump, we've been really happy with the way it's performed so far. So why change? That's a good question. Rick's Tanks has come out with a new line of Restomod fuel tanks that are designed specifically for EFI conversions into classic muscle cars. Let's face it, a custom tank is a fairly expensive proposition. These new Restomod tanks give you all the functionality and OEM looks at a lower price point. We decided we wanted to try it out and see how it worked. Now, rather than just talk about these tanks, let's cut one open and see what's inside. Unlike our custom tank, which uses an external fuel pump, these Restomod tanks use in-tank modules, which means they're going to run quieter and they're going to run cooler. And they offer a couple of different variations. The one that we're going to be putting in uses a stock GM-style sending unit, and it actually has multiple pickup points across the bottom of the tank so that sloshing isn't an issue. Now, they also have this dynamic module, which has a full height pickup section, not like the little 2-inch baffles you see in a lot of other tanks. This means that no matter what the fuel is doing inside the tank, the pump is always going to be surrounded by a supply of fuel. You'll notice that there's a tube-style fuel level sender. Now, this is going to be a lot more accurate than the old float arm style, and they're available with a variety of resistance profiles, so they'll work with a bunch of different gauge types. As for the module itself, there's no foam or rubber inside, so there's nothing to break down over time. They're also available in single and dual pump units from 255 liters to 900 liters per hour, meaning that you can support 1900 horsepower, and it's E85 compatible. One option you have when you're doing an EFI style swap is converting your existing tank with an in-tank pump, but most manufacturers recommend against this, and for a very good reason. That's because unless you're extremely careful about cleaning out the tank and making sure there's no vapors in there, when you cut it to install the pump, you can cause a spark, which can cause an explosion. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to use this electric match to simulate the spark from your cutting tool. We're going to put just a little bit of gas in this tank to get some vapors in there, and we're going to show you why it's a bad idea. Now, right now, Rick's has these for classic GM muscle cars, but they've got Ford and Mopar applications on the way. And you can see that it's got a nice black powder-coated finish. It's a little stealthier than our stainless steel tank was. It's also going to be really durable because of that powder coat finish. Now, you can also see that it's a little narrower on the sides, and it's got some cutaways up here at the front, so in case you want to run a big exhaust, you've got room for the pipes. These Restomod tanks from Rick's are a fantastic option when you want professional results from an EFI conversion, but you don't want to spend a ton of money and you don't want to spend a lot of time mixing and matching parts.